Tested. Tested. Alright. Okay, so all right. Um, okay. Welcome everyone to the second to final round of Adec, or also known as the Drivers Room Endurance Acelith Design Endurance Championship, Season 1, Round 7, Tier 1, 2023. I'm your host Kimaru, and I will be doing this job today solo as the commentator. And tonight we are on the what track are we on? Because I've totally forgot. We are on the Sardinia Road Track A layout in the Mighty Group 2s, the high downforce power cars. So, we are we are about to get underway. So, with that said, I am a little bit down on power today. Um, I think the heat and a little bit of dust clouds is just giving me a little bit of phlegm in my throat, so I'm just a little bit down on power. Feel nauseous all the time. Um, but that will probably, hopefully, go away. I'm gonna do a clean tomorrow, so that'll be good. So over to the race briefing and enough about myself. So the race tonight is probably going to be around 37, 38 laps long. The track has a low degradation, even on racing soft tires. We do not expect more than maybe 2 stops. So maybe the first stop around lap 13, 14 somewhere, maybe even 12th, 11th, depending on how kind people are to their tires. And yeah, racing soft might be possible to one stop, even if you are very, very kind to your tires. The pit stop time loss without any refueling is about 22 seconds, and we expect the race pace to be around 134, 137s on racing soft tires. The championship is more or less over, with Jag declaring the championship win in the last time around. And Rockboy is not racing tonight, so the runner-up spot for second place is guaranteed to be Flapjack. So yeah, further down, there's a battle to finish in top 9th in the qualifier for the DRHHL, which will be the driver's room handicap something. I forget the full name of it right now, but it's going to be a special event we're gonna run between season 1 and season 2. So look forward to that. So yeah, it may not be a very good track for the GTRs tonight. The GTRs will be the meta cars, but with the McLaren and Mercedes on the field, it could be a different pipe and song sung all together. So yeah, we'll see what happens tonight, and we're just gonna wait for Mr. Gadget to open the lobby, which it seems to have opened without the tag. Um, uh, uh, uh. So let's head on over to the race lobby and see where everything is tonight, where everyone will end up, and who will take second place. Flapjack is more or less secured to do so, but you know, stuff can happen. So just waiting for the network connection thingy. Let's see. Gadget. All right. Now we are in the lobby. After the physics update, the cars are a little bit more oversteery, but I think the people will be able to get this done. The NSX is on track in H-Boss's hands. We have Muller in a car and Flappy there in the GTR. I don't really remember what cars people are in because it's been so long since the last GR2 race. And oh yeah, we have a very dangerous exit out of Sardinia. So hopefully the drivers will be careful when they see people coming out of the pits. And there we have the champion himself, back-to-back champion. Very good, strong race on Big Willow last time around for Juggernaut. Ricey is back in the Melon Mobile. Senna there coming into the lobby. We have H-Boss. We have Mickey, which I think possibly is in the GTR as well. Yeah, it's going to be a full field dominated by the GTRs. We have a McLaren in Luco and Weiss. There we go. Nismo there for Bacchus. We have a Nismo for Gadget. We have the Mercedes for Senna. We have the Nissan for Grim, and Ivan is also in the Nissan. Flappy with the preliminary 135. Predicted that it will be 134, 135s today. So seems to be right on the money, as they say. Flappy will most likely give it his all in tonight's race. Let's face it, he has nothing left to lose at this point. Just try and salvage second place. Jagnath has been very dominant, very unstoppable so far. As we see Jagnath with a 134.7 in the NSX. It's definitely the man and car to beat in tonight's outing. Still waiting for the qualifier to begin in about 6 minutes. So just watching the guys do their last bit of practice before the real deal kicks in. Hopefully on the final we'll have a special guest commentator again. I've been in talks with this particular person, and we're just hoping that there will be enough room in the lobby for this special guest of mine. An old Adec racer himself, and one people looked up to and desperately wanted to beat. But I will not say anything more than that. That is up for 2 weeks, and we'll see if he manages to be able to join us. So I think we have 2 of the old 2008 cars, or is it? I don't really remember what year these cars were from. '98, maybe? Luco is the fastest man on track currently, except for Jagnath's fastest, and then we have Jagnath coming out to the track again. So not too much separating Luco and Jagnath at this point. Exciting to see how Senna will do. I know from experience the Mercedes is a little bit understeery, but it does certainly have a lot of top end, unless Polyphony shackled its nutsack in the previous update. It does look like Luco has a little bit more to give. Definitely going to be interesting to see the old girls on track and see how they match up with the younger girls or boys. However you see the cars. Oh, a little bit of a tail slide from Senna. This is such a good track. One of my favorites. Definitely one that will bring a lot of action. Ricey getting out of the way. Ooh, Senna very wide and into the sand. Definitely not a place he wants to be during the race. It's going to lose him a lot of position as we see Bacchus with a 1:34.3. Yeah, it's going to be very close, and Bacchus is on the GTR as well. The most popular car on track. Sadly, no Lexuses this season, neither the 08 or 16. Definitely one of my favorite GR2s, the Lexus. Maybe next season we'll see the Audi RS5 making its debut in Adec and in a community race setting. League racing remains to be seen. Wonder how the Audi will stack up to the rest. And if my guess is right, I'm thinking maybe Muller could change out to the Audi R8, RS5. I do know when we got the DBR in GT Sport, he was the first to change to that car, but instantly regretted it because the Aston Martin DBR really was not a good car to drive back in those days. But then again, the Group 1 of Muller might be the car he would want to swap out, considering how weak the GR10 is on a very handling heavy track. We are now in our qualifier. As we see Gadget number 8. It's going to be the first man on track. So we're going to follow Gadget, and he's going to be on his out lap. Hello there, Gary. Now Gadget will drive as hard as he can on the out lap to warm those softs a little bit. Get distance from the rest. As we see, Flappy is behind there in second, technically. Ricey is classified as first, but he's the last man on track, as we see the tables update as we turn to him. All right, Gadget is about to punch the throttle down and go for his flyer. So it's going to be between Flappy, Gadget, and Jignaut probably in this first go. A lot of speed from the GR2. Senna and Luco. See how much speed they have down the start-finish straight. About 270, 280 for the GTRs, and we have 260, 280, and yeah, we missed it, but about 280, 285, I would imagine, for the older style cars. They are brutally fast on straight. Gadget now in the final sector, or coming through to the final sector. See how he does it. A 135.0 for Gadget, a 134.0 for Flappy, so a second flat between Gadget and Flappy. Bacchus is 0.171 behind, and as usual, I have no idea to say how the hundreds goes. But Bacchus really on fire. We have the boss with a 34.8. Jiggnut with a 35.3, so a very slow lap for him. We have Ivan with a 35.7, Mickey with a 38.1, we have Grim with a 44.7, and Luco is coming in there with a 53.1, so something's happened with Luco there. Muller of 38.5. No, that was Ricey. What the hell is going on? 39.0 for Muller. We have 49.4 for Mr. Dennis, and Ricey there. Where in the hell is Senna? We've lost Senna, ladies and gentlemen, on the table. Senna is on third. I try to figure out my keyboard. A 34.7. So yeah, Senna is looking good. A 33.7 for Flappy, which puts him into a preliminary pole for the moment. Oh, losing the grip of the rear end. Be careful, Flappy. Bacchus 34.1. Ivan a 34.6. Senna not improving this time. Each boss getting some new tires and fixing some damage. Jiggnut still not able to break the 35s. We have Gadget with a 35.7, so 7/10 worse, and he's got damage as well, so it's not going to be good for Mr. Gadget. Dennis at 35.3, so going upwards for Dennis at least. Mickey. We have Muller with a 35.999. Turn those around and you have the number of the beast, ladies and gentlemen. 44.7 still for Grim. Grim is heavily off pace at the moment. I am going to do one thing that I forgot to do, but I think I can still do it. Let's see, network, delete temporary cache. I know all the other drivers have done so as well. Ricey with a 34.5, and he's parked it on the side there. Muller still with a 35.9. not been able to get into the ballpark of the guys in front. Almost half a second behind Mickey, but 2.5 seconds almost behind Jagneth and Flappy, as we see Flappy with another fastest lap time, a 33.3. Oh my goodness, Flappy really wants a win tonight. Flappy is not going to take any prisoners, that's for damn sure. Oh, he's really not taking any prisoners. Oh my goodness. Maybe a little too hard here, Flapjack. As we see Bacchus narrowly escaping Flappy. 33.8. So they are in the ballpark, the three in front. But yeah. Bacchus is actually over half a second slower than Flappy, but then again, the top three are insanely close to each other. Then we have Mickey 0.6 behind the lead, and Luco 34.0. Very good time in the old Mecha. Ivan 34.4, and Ricey has parked it into the pits, so he's probably happy with his qualifying position for the moment. Dennis, let's hope there's not too many cuss words coming from him in this stream tonight. Definitely going to be something to watch later. As I said last time we saw Dennis around, he's also streaming in VR, but sadly Dennis will be moving on to ACC after this season, and sadly when it comes to racing, so will I. I just need to do a hell of a lot of practice first. H-Boss in the 11th still has not improved all that much. Muller still struggling to find that sweet spot time. Senna in 4th, so the Mercedes is definitely doing good on this track. Same with Bacchus and Luco 2 spots behind Senna. So we have Gadget and Ivan in front. What spot is Gadget in? He's actually in 10th place. So the competition is steep today, ladies and gentlemen, and we have Dennis, the man of curses, in front of Gadget. Sorry about that, Dennis. As we see, Gadget just letting Senna through. A 34.7 from Gadget. But yeah, a 33.3 for Flappy. That's hellishly fast. No improvement from Gadget, obviously, as he let Senna through. Flapjack is still chasing that time, a 34.6 for Dennis. Is that room for improvement? Was that an improvement? I think it was. Yeah, gap has increased a little bit to Gadget and Dennis. Gadget be able to do something? 38.2. Not exactly an improvement for Mr. Gadget there. Flappy is still going for it. Not much separating Jagnut and Bacchus at this point. Or Flappy and Bacchus and Jagnut. And there will be no more improvement for Flapjack, unfortunately. Will it be an improvement for Mr. Senna? No. As I live and breathe, Jagnut takes the pole. Oh, holy crap. A 33-1 from our champion. Oh, wow. 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 Oh, yeah. We all know who's boss in this one. Jaggernaut. Jaggernaut. Jaggernaut, however you say it. Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Mickey then, a 1:33.9 as the best. Luco, a 34.0. Will it be an improvement? No. Ivan. Oh, it is a personal improvement. Not bad, not bad. 34.2. So now we're just going to wait for the end timer, and the race will start in about 3 minutes. All right, get yourself a drink, toilet, whatever, and the race will get started in a few moments. Well, just give it all H-Boss, whether it's a good or a bad one, And yeah, good evening, H-Boss. Just give it your all, and I'm sure you can snatch some positions here and there. Just be patient, and remember the old style cars of Senna and Luco will definitely be cars that will be weak in the handling sections, especially the S's. And yeah, the straights will be where they're at their most powerful. So just good luck and race hard. Uh, uh, uh. So yeah, I'm just waiting now for the race to begin. Pretty heavy winds, as we can see on the graph there. That could also be an effect, as we have starting soon. So every racer get ready. We're about to initiate the race. Here we go. Alright. I hate doing this all the time. Alright. Let's see how the race start goes. Let's hope for a clean start and no crashing. And it looks to be a good start from Jagnot, as we see Senna is just, whoa, look at the launch of that Mercedes. Senna is up in the first place already, but it's going to be difficult through turn one. Jagnot and Senna giving each other room. Oh my goodness, and Jagnot just has the better grip out of turn one. But holy crap, that Mercedes made Jagnot sweat a little bit there, I think. As we're coming into the more technical sections, and Senna might bleed a little bit more positions now. Oh, wow. Luco up in the third. We have Senna down in the fifth because that car just is not capable of keeping up in the high speed sections, the high downforce sections. Let's take a look with Jagnot, because he is definitely the one to watch out for here. Wow, just look, he's got just over half a second gap down to Bacchus already, and the Welsh boys with the wonderful name that I can't pronounce, Dragooch. I probably butchered that. Sorry, guys. The Welsh boys, I'm just going to call them Welsh boys, the Welsh boys from now on, as we see 1.3 seconds already from Jagnot down to Bacchus. Let's see how that McLaren stacks up against the GTR on the main straight. The GTR is holding off quite nicely, actually, as we see Senna with, fifth place. Looked good in the start, but that's Senna. That's Senna. That Mercedes just doesn't have enough grip to handle the technical sections as well. I do remember that fully from my experience of driving the Mercedes. An insanely fast ride, but one that struggles in the more technical sections. As we see the two boys there, Gadget and Ivan, fighting each other. Let's hope they don't get in each other's way. And someone gets out of this with a sore bum. And damage! Oh, as we say that! Oh no, Gadget, what did you do? As we're taking a quick look with Gadget now. Oh my goodness, did he miss the brakes? Was it... Oh, it must have been some misjudgment of the braking point. Or something, but Gadget is down in 11th now with damage, being chased and hounded down by the man himself, Grimlock. And Gadget has no choice. He has to go into the pit stop for an earlier pit stop than he anticipated. A lot of shit, a lot of crap can happen in the first lap or the first few laps. And I think that was just a driver error from our fearless leader Gadget himself. As we see 2.6 seconds already from Jagnot down to Bacchus. Wow, as we see Flappy's all over Bacchus. And Luco has dropped down to 4th now, with Senna still in 5th. So we have the 97 and 98 cars fighting each other. We have the two GTRs fighting each other. Bacchus going very defensive. And will Flappy be able to do it on the outside? He will have the inside toward the next turn. Oh my goodness, side by side through this section is dead safe. As we see Flappy and Bacchus. Oh, and Flappy, no! Taking a look back with the awesome side-by-side action, but I think Flappy might have gotten a little too careless, a little too cocky, as they call them. Say, oh no, yeah, that must have been. I think that was more or less oversteer from Flapjack's point there, oversteer, and maybe. What's the word? Maybe got too complacent, maybe too sure of himself to make the run. But I don't think Bacchus was at fault. He did defend himself, which was his every right. As we see Senna up in the 3rd, he's challenging Luco and he's going up the 3rd. The mighty Mercedes is past the mighty McLaren F1. A lot of action through the first laps, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I'm almost getting teary-eyed there. Definitely, my voice is gonna take a toll after tonight doing this solo. As we see Senna just struggling a little bit with understeer through the heavy turning sections there. But staying in front of Luco. We have H-Balls in 5th now, Ricey in 6th, as we see Mickey in 7th, we have Ivan in 8th, Muller in 9th, we have Grim up into 10th, and Flappy all the way down into 11th after that unfortunate incident, which I can think will be put down to a racing incident. As we try and find Gadget, there we have Gadget, 38 seconds behind the leaders. It is a long race, anything can happen. Dennis seems to have been very unlucky, and and he just hits the wall on the outside. Things have just gone from bad to worse from Dennis the entire season. Let's hope he at least can have a few ups instead of a lot of downs. So Jagannath then, he had a little challenge in turn 1, turn 2, and 3, and then he ran away from it with Bacchus behind, side by side, And Bacchus is now 5.2 seconds behind, being chased down by Senna, Luco, Boss, Ricey, Mickey, and Ivan. So I'm thinking the Mercedes will come into play very shortly. I don't think Bacchus will be too safe on this one, as we see the best sector time from Senna. That Mercedes is absolutely beautiful. It is more or less the reason why I chose that car for my first season in Adec last year. It is a very, very stunning and beautiful car in my eyes, and very good to see the girl out on track, as we see a 34.1 from Senna. And he just keeps on eating up the gap to Bacchus. Bacchus is, of course, a little bit faster on the turning sections, the handling section. That is where the Mercedes will struggle, because it is an old car. It is designed for, more or less, for Le Mans. And, yeah. But in more of the straight sections, that is where the Mercedes really comes to life. Same with the McLaren. I think Luco will have to dig down deep and just find whatever he can and try and catch up to his teammate. H-Boss in 5th in the stealthy looking NSX. Ricey in 6th in the Melon car. Mickey there has had a few good races this season, a few accidents as well, but stuff happens in these races. As we see some damage on the rear bumper for Ivan, let's hope it doesn't hinder him too much. Flappy in 10th now, just needs to do a recovery drive at this point, but the racing softs will be burned off quite quickly. As you can see, the rear tires have taken a beating. Gadget in 11th, also doing a recovery drive, and he's probably a little bit smoother on the driving style than Flappy, but because he went in before, and he still has better tires than Flapjack at this point. I think Flapjack is pushing the hell out of that car, and just no holds barred from Flappy tonight. As we see Dennis, oh, the commentary curse strikes again, as Dennis just decides to scrape off some more paint off that beautiful car of his, and things are not looking up for Dennis as he just dives into the pits. Grimden in 12th, also with some damage on the car. Let's hope it doesn't hinder him too much, but it might be better at this point just to go in, get some fresh tires, and get that damage fixed. Bacchus then still fending off Senna, and I need to take myself a drink. Well, I will say this, the GTR definitely is not a slow car anymore. It seems like it's gotten its speed back up. And the Mercedes, I would have expected more from the Mercedes, but after the balance of performance updates and how Polyphony has tuned and detuned certain cars, maybe the Mercedes and the McLaren has actually become equal cars on the playing field. But Senna is definitely not giving up, that's for sure. As we see, Bacchus' tires are taking more of a beating than Senna's at this point. Senna's always been known as the tire shredder #1. Want to shred tires? Come meet Senna. Sorry, Senna. Oh, Senna goes! No, 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 no! Oh, how in the hell he managed to escape damage from that is beyond me. His tires are going to be dirty. Luco is right up his gearbox right now. And Bacchus gets some valuable time to breathe. Holy crap. How in the hell Senna managed to escape damage from that, I will never, ever know in my life. Wow. Maybe it looked like he hit the wall on our screen, but on his, he was not even close. The wonders of the coding. As we see H-Boss still in 5th, holding off Mickey. We have Ricey down in 7th. Ivan still by his lonesome after his teammate made a boo-boo. Muller in 9th now, and we have Flappy coming up. But then again, even with Muller having been out on 8 laps now on mediums, his tires are insanely a lot better. As I lose my ability to speak properly. His tires are a lot better compared to Flappy. And Flappy is just, like I said earlier, he's pushing the hell out of this car. And he is holding nothing back at this point. And he's eager to get past Muller and just burn even more tires off. That is not going to be too good in the long run, I think, as we're coming up to, in about 3 laps time, the time where most people will probably go into the pit stops for their scheduled ones. And we see Muller just, on mediums, not able to keep up with Flappy at all, the Rocket Man himself. As we see Bacchus still in 2nd place. Senna has a lot of catching up to do, and he's gotten a big gap down to Luco again. So Luco not able to keep up with the Mercedes. And then again, the Mercedes has less tire wear than the McLaren. It seems like the McLaren is not as nice to its tires than the Mercedes. And Bacchus also needs to take care of his tires a little bit. They have really taken a beating at this point. As we see, Bacchus is coming up to Dennis to lap him. Not a good day in the office for Dennis. Like we saw a few weeks back on Watkins Glen. Definitely not a good time for Dennis. Luco then still in 4th. We have H-Ball still in 5th, but Mickey is closing ever so fast into him. Will Mickey be able to overtake H-Boss? Anything is possible at this point, as we see the tires are pretty much the same between the two of them. But the NSX is a tiny bit more difficult to control. Never a car I've been able to find my feet in. Or however the saying goes. As we see, Boss is really, really struggling to keep Mickey behind. Just don't have any crashes now, guys. We've had enough stewards inquiries over the season. Luckily, last race was, I think, maybe the first race we didn't have any stewards inquiries. Because most of the incidents that happened in that race were self-inflicted. As we see H-Boss still holding off Mickey. About the same speed between the two cars as well. Just remains to be seen who drives better in the handling section, and Mickey is right up H-Boss's gearbox again. A fight for survival for Boss at this point. As we see Mickey trying to go on the outside. Wasn't too far ahead though. Will he go for a dive? No. Not as brave as Flapjack in the earlier laps, unfortunately. What Flapjack did really had balls, I'll say that much. H-Boss still holding off Mickey. And Senna is catching up to Bacchus. Oh, Boss going very defensive through turn one there. Oh, as we see Mickey with the tail slide. As we just pushed the wrong buttons, Mickey with a tail slide, losing over a second and a half there. He has a lot of work to build up. Again, as we see, Senna is closing in on Bacchus. Bacchus's tires are taking a real beating at this point, and Luco is more or less the same as Senna, but a little bit more worn. But Bacchus is probably feeling the pressure at this point. Senna is right up there. Everything is going right for Senna right now. And we see Grim just parking it off to the side. He's going to have a hell of a job just letting people through now, Grim. Position I don't envy him being in. But the right side tires of Senna are starting to take a right old beating. Just over half a fuel, half a tank of fuel. But yeah, Senna is closing into Bacchus. As we see H-Boss and Mickey both into the pits. So pitting at the end of lap 13, which was predicted, more or less. Oh, as we see Senna going very wide, sliding a little bit, losing time up to Bacchus again. Just when he gets close, something bad happens to Senna, and he has to rebuild up the gap. Just has to catch up again. Oh, it's not going to do him any favors from doing that. Ivan still racing by his lonesome, and yeah, just keeping it clean. As we see Boss still in front of Mickey, way in front, as we see Flappy now up into 7th position. But then again, Boss will probably be able to run away now, as Flappy is on increasingly worn tires. Ricey then has also been into the pits, and he came out in front of Mickey. So I think Mickey must have taken on a lot more fuel than Ricey did. As we see Muller there in 10th, and Gadget in 11th. Jigging out now, the leader into the pits, 8 seconds in front of Bacchus. Bacchus keeps on going, and we have Senna into the pits as well. And Luco also staying out. So the two Welsh boys staying out for the first pit stops. Taking an onboard look with Mr. Luco in the cool McLaren. And Bacchus and Luco still going on. Maybe they're gonna drive for 5 more minutes and just go for the one stop. Jigging up now, probably taking the 2 stop. Senna, and then we see Ivan. What in the world happened to Ivan? Oh, the rear end just dropped out on him. He's gotten some more damage to boot before that time. And yeah, things are not looking good for Ivan at this point. He's gonna bleed positions now. Not a good day for the what is it, Sigma motion blur. As we see Gadget, Muller, and Gadget, Muller, and what was it, Grim? Yeah, Grim. Grim is a lap behind. Hey, Dennis. Oh, I think we've actually lost Dennis in the race. Yeah, Dennis has probably been forced to retire. We've completely missed that. Not a good track, Dennis. As we see Grim just trying to let everyone through. As we see Flappy is down in 11th place as well. Not a good race for Flappy as well this week. Or Gadget or Wave. As we see Ivan into the pits right there. And he's probably going to drop. The car snapped 2 times out of nowhere in Sector 1. Yeah, it seems like the cars do that these days. It just, yeah. Like I said on Sunday, I am not a big fan of the physics update. I can't master it. As we see Luco in first place right now. Bacchus in second, Luco in first. And Jagannath is closing in third. When are these two going to pit? Are they going to go for a couple of more laps? Or are they going in now? And we have Bacchus going in first. So Luco staying out. And Jignaut taking back second, and he will take back first once Luco goes into the pits. Senna then in fourth, now third. He will be second. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think staying out for this long might not be too good for Luco. But then again, maybe the strategy of Luco and Bacchus will work for them. I don't really know. Remains to be seen. Yeah, I can understand that, Dennis. For the snap in turn 2 and 3, and then pits up after the snapping again. Yeah, I can understand that. I just, I can. And Luco is still going for it. And we have a fastest lap from Jignaut as well, a 33.6. And yeah, Jignaut is not seeming to slow down. We have Senna in third. He will be second after Luco goes in. H-Boss in fourth. He will be third. So, so far looking good for H-Boss. Ricey in fifth. We have Mickey in sixth. We have Bacchus down in seventh now. He's got some traffic, but he's on the racing mediums, and his fuel should last until the very end. Flappy then in eighth, and he's still pushing, but I think the gap up to first place is just too big at this point. Gadget in ninth, we have Muller in 10th, as we see the rear end kicking out on him. 11th for Ivan, and 12th for Grim. Yeah, the Nordschleife could also be a very hard and difficult track. So yeah, especially with this physics change. Yeah, Flappy had a side-by-side battle with Bacchus in lap 3, and I think he lost the rear end in the S's section before you brake before the last 2 turns, and he just clapped the wall and had to pit for damage. So that's the reason why Flappy's all the way down into 8th place. I don't think there was any contact between Bacchus and Flappy, but I think that might have been self-inflicted from Flappy. That remains to be seen. I'm not entirely sure. But we see Jignaut closing in on Luco now. Luco has no rear right tire left. This is the spot where he spun. Right here is where Flappy spun in lap 3. Oh, I think some dirty air is causing trouble for Jignaut. Luco still keeping his line though. Oh, as we see Luco. What in the world? Oh yeah. Tires are just gone. And Luco spun. I think staying out for this long might have been a bad idea for Luco. but at least now he's going to go for one pit stop and stay out for the entire leg of, well, the rest of the race. Into the pits there. Boss will take third. So I think Boss might do a two-stop in this one, which means maybe Luco can come up and challenge him again. And we have Luco all the way down in 7th behind Bacchus, and we have Flappy there 2.2 behind Luco. Then again, Flappy is on more worn tires at this point, and Luco is on fresh, soft tires. So it depends on how long Flappy can stay out and burn tires. It's not going to be easy for him to get past Luco either, because that McLaren is fast on the straight, but is Flapjack faster? Flapjack will definitely have the edge in the handling section of this track, as Luco is warming up the tires for his first lap with fresh tires. Senna then in 2nd place, so things are looking good for Senna, but Senna will have to pit again because the fuel will definitely not last for Senna. Same for Juggernaut, so Juggernaut will definitely go into the pits as well. Same with Boss, and we have Ricey, I think, yeah, he will definitely go in as well. Same with Mickey, and I'm not sure about Bacchus, but we see Flappy going past Luco, and Luco, he can be patient. He doesn't need to fight it all that much because he knows Flappy will have to go in before Luco again, and Luco definitely will not need another pit stop. So if Luco can just hang on to the slipstream now, I think Luco will be covered and he will keep up with Flappy. As we see Flappy with the fastest lap of the race with a 1:33.372. Oh, tail slide from Flappy again. The cars are a little bit more temperamental now. Senna. A lot of action in this race, a lot more than I thought it would be. That's always good. Doesn't have to be such a boring race to commentate on. Been plenty of action so far in this race, as we see Ricey is closing in on H-Boss. Mickey is trying to gain on Ricey, and we have Flappy trying to catch up to Bacchus. I do love the Skyline though, even though it's not called a Skyline anymore, it's just a GTR in my eyes, still a Skyline. Yeah, that's true, Dennis. GTR is and will always be a Skyline. You are absolutely correct. As we see Flapjack now. Will he try and go for the same move he did in lap 3 against Bacchus? Oh, he's being a little bit more cautious now, but oh, he hits the wall. Oh my goodness, Flappy. I think Flappy got a little too reckless, got a little too eager. Oh, maybe the dirty air. Oh no, and then he got hit by Luco. Oh my gosh. And Luco has damage as well because there was nowhere for Luco to go. Oh, it was looking so good for Luco. And Flappy just jinxed it again. And he basically effed himself and Luco. Oh. Dirty air, I would imagine. Dirty air. Yeah, that it definitely has to be dirty air. And Luco had nowhere to go. He came up that fast, and yeah, Flapjack was just all over the track at that point. And oh, I'm guessing Luco is probably using every dirty word in the book at this point, and probably cursing Flappy out. Flappy is probably not too happy either, but more or less with himself and the dirty air situation. But yeah, Flapjack has been fast this season, but there has been a lot of incidents where he's been involved, and I think he necessarily didn't want to be involved in it, but yeah, dirty air is definitely a factor in that incident. And we have Gadget in 10th. Also, Gadget, if you wonder, also managed to have a little boo-boo in the braking section after, yeah, braking section here, and he managed to miss his braking point, slamming into the brick wall. So, Gadget, not a good day at the office for Gadget either. So, Muller in 11th, still holding on, trying his best, and look at those mediums. And looks like Grim has thrown in the towel for this one. These boys are just in a different league altogether. There is Tier 1, there is Tier 2, and no offense to our friend Grim, but I think the skill level of these guys are just way too high for our original voice of the driver's room. Would still love to see the original voice come back to the commentating scene. But work probably prevents our good friend Grim from doing so. I think Jagnot will most likely go into the pits in not too long, get some more fuel and fresh tires. H-Boss into the pits then. We have Ricey and Mickey. And Senna definitely also will go into the pits. Oh, hey, Grim. Well, I got someone else lined up for Nordschleife, Dennis, if there's room. I'm not going to reveal who it is, but he is a former racer of Adec and a former champion as well. Yeah, Tier 1 is very tough, Grim. I kind of wish we were still in 2 tiers, but when the interest isn't enough to have 2 rooms, it is definitely difficult. These boys are completely on a different level, and seeing how it is now, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to keep up either. At least the top 5 in Tier 1 of the RSL, I can't even keep up. So that's how fast those guys are. I'm talking about AG27, MS2 Fast for You, Flappy, Slipstream when he raced, a few others. Yeah, Dennis, I think you know who it is. I'm not saying names. Yeah, the damage. I'm gonna agree with you, Grim. The damage when there's a mix of tier 1 and tier 2 drivers like this, I think the damage should be lowered to light. I really think the damage should be lowered to light. But that's just my honest opinion. As we see, Senna is running out of fuel. Let's hope it lasts until the pit lane. And Jagannath will go for a lap, maybe two. Oh, you may have spun Muller if you can. Oh, well, it happens, and check out the replay later. I'll save it and share it after the race. But yeah, the lagging situation in this game can also be a factor of some of the contact we've seen. I think Bacchus should be good towards the very end. We have 16 minutes remaining of the race, and Senna is still in the pits. And as we saw before, I don't think Bacchus is going to go in and go in for another pit stop. I think this is it. I agree. Also, the damaging GT7 is weird. One moment you hit something hard and no damage. Next time you scrape the wall and you get damage. Yeah, that is so true, Dennis. No lag. I think his back kicked out and I hit him in the back. Well, if his rear end kicked out first, Grim, and you contacted him after that, I wouldn't say that is on you. I would not say that is on you. So Bacchus in second now. We have Senna in third. Senna will not need any more pit stops at this point. We have Ricey still in front of Mickey. Yeah, that's true, Dennis. It's probably a racing incident at that point. As we see, Mickey is taking the fight to Ricey. And by the looks of it, these two are done with their mandatory pit stops for tonight. As we see Mickey going on the outside, trying to make the move before turn one, but Ricey will have the inside. Will he fight back? And Mickey is passed. Beautiful, simple overtake maneuver there from Mickey, putting him up into fourth. Luco then in sixth, with the accident that happened between him and Flappy. Just completely throttled his pace and possibly a fight for the podium. But don't give up, Luco. Anything can happen at this point. H-Boss into the wall. And looks like H-Boss managed to escape without any damage. Now he has to remove the dirt from his tires, as we see a little bit of chop there. We saw Flappy behind Gadget. Despite Gadget's little miss in the early stages, he has done a pretty relaxing, calm race. Just not able to catch up to the rest of the guys. Muller in 11th, still fighting the good fight. Bacchus then trying to defend against Senna. Senna coming through. And through turn one, Senna is up into second place. Very good maneuver from Senna, and Senna is going to try and run away with it now, with Bacchus down in third. Wow, I am glad we managed to get that overtake right into turn one. So Mickey has gained a considerable gap down to Ricey. Luco in sixth, just trying to see if he can catch up to the boys in front. H-Boss in front of Flappy. And Flappy has damage on his car. He's probably gonna try and ignore that as best as possible and just keep up with it. Like we said multiple times before, not a very good day at the job in the office for Flappy, but he's still trying to give it his all. The damage is going to hinder him a little bit. Goes in. Has to fix the damage. As we see Gadget then. Gadget then just keeps it consistent. As little crashes as possible when he can prevent it. We have Flappy then in 10th. He's going to try and fight for 9th. Ivan is just, oh, maybe not. A lot of scraping. Ivan is trying to defend it, but Flappy just has a lot more speed out of that turn and makes it through P9. He's going to take up the fight to Gadget in a few laps. We have Luco just trying to close in on Ricey, but Luco has burned a lot of tires over the past few laps. Bacchus has passed Muller, and Senna has gotten a good gap down to Bacchus. He just needs to bring the car home at this point. 9 minutes remaining. Jaggernaut has been pretty much unstoppable from lap 1. He has been solely in a league of his own. No one's been able to touch Jaggernaut at all this season. Always just trying to stick into Bacchus' slipstream at this point. Trying to get someone to race with. we have a Flappy getting away from Ivan, just trying to catch up to Gadget. But Gadget is not going to let that 8th place go very easy. Then again, he does have more worn tires than Flappy at this point. He's gaining a lot. Very good race so far. Getting a little separated at this point. Luco is catching up to Ricey. Gadget is just trying to hold off the Flapjack. Will it work? And we've completely lost that, but Jagnut has the fastest lap of the race now with a 1:33.2. Just look at how fast Flapjack is. Gained a lot on Gadget already. There's a big gap up to H-Boss. See Flappy going on the outside and grabbing 8th. Will Gadget fight it? I think Gadget lets that go. As we see, Luco is catching just very, very slowly, but Ricey has traffic. Muller letting them go. But that was enough to loosen up a few hundreds more for Luco. 1.6 now separating Luco and Ricey. Oh my goodness! A drift on Muller's car. Luckily, he managed to stay out of the wall and out of the other drivers. Luco is closing in, but the question is, will the tires remain for another 5 minutes? Or will they give out? It's going to be interesting to watch. So just try and look up. And Senna has got a 14-second gap down to Bacchus now. So unless something bad happens, I think Senna has this one. And Jagnut, he just has to bring the car home. Same with Senna. Same with Bacchus, really. Just a matter of getting the car home. But he can't relax too much because Mickey is closing in very fast. Mickey is closing in. So he can't lower his shoulders all that much yet. But yeah, under 5 seconds now between Bacchus and Mickey. Mickey is closing in as we try and find the right driver. Yeah, Mickey is on fire. He is very eager to probably snatch 3rd, get a podium. You'll have to eat 2.5 a lap, I think, just to get up to his up to his bumper. Another 2.8 there. I think Bacchus is probably struggling with the rear grip. Mickey has a lot more. What about Luco? Coco's still not closing in enough, but he is closing. Slowly but surely, he is closing. As we see Flapjack with a 1:33.0. So Flapjack definitely has some speed left in that car. At least he can get a point for fastest lap. Senna, yeah, I don't think anything's gonna happen to Senna at this point. Fuel load is getting low on Bacchus's car, and Mickey has a lot more to go on. Mickey's probably pushing all he's got right now. And yeah, Ricey seems to be safe for the moment as we try to find the right car again. Gap looks big. He hasn't closed in too much on this lap. Maybe Bacchus is kicking down the hammer. Probably be another lap after this for these gentlemen. Juggernaut should be good for a few more laps. Bacchus is probably feeling the burn right about now. Sweat coming down his neck. One more minute to go. Will Bacchus be able to defend? Will Mickey be able to challenge? We'll get one more lap. Boss should not have to worry about Flappy. Gadget probably has to defend from Ivan if Ivan gets too close, and Muller is a couple of laps down. Bacchus then 1.6 separating Bacchus and Mickey. Will Bacchus be able to hold off? H-Boss has won the race as he's finished first. We are on the last lap as we speak. Flappy then has finished. We have Gadget finishing in front of Ivan. And we're gonna keep watching this fight. Good enough race, boss. I think you were out of most of the chaos. So we see Bacchus is under a second. Mickey is under a second to Bacchus now. Juggernaut and Senna has both finished the race, but we're gonna stick with the fight for third. And looks like Bacchus takes third with Mickey in fourth. We have Ricey in fifth, Luco in sixth, and Boss there in seventh. So yeah, very good race from the boys. And we have Muller then in 11th. At least he tried to just keep the car on track and get it home. Grim has suffered some mechanical issues and parked it in the pits. So congratulations to our champ that became champion in the last race, and yeah, is just not able to be beaten, it seems. Very good race. A very, very good race. No, I don't. Can't I not? Well, that was it for tonight. The next race will be in the Nordschleife. It will be what car? In the Group 4s. The Group 4s are a decent car to drive. At least they're a little bit less twitchy than the Group 3s and 2s. And yeah, Group 4 could bring some interesting racing for sure. Oh yeah, a couple of weeks ago I got a 6-star ticket for an engine, so I'm just gonna let that expire because I don't want it. So that is it for tonight. A very good race from the boys, and yeah, the finale will be up in 2 weeks' time, and I will hopefully be joined by a fellow commentator. Um, um, hopefully, I'll be joined by a fellow commentator, a former champion of Adec as well, and a guy that I do miss seeing out on track, but he also did a lot of the commentary stuff before me. And yeah, if there's room, I am hopeful that he will join. Yeah, good, Dennis. Do not say anything. So that's going to be a secret until next week. If next time, if there's room for him to join. So thank you all for watching. This will be the end of the stream. I have been your host Kimaru, and I would like to say thanks to the people in chat. And good race, H-Boss, considering. Was a little bit of chaos today, but it is to be expected from Sardinia. It's a very narrow track and a very difficult one in such big cars as were driven today. So, yeah, thank you all, and I will speak to you guys next time. And have a good evening, and goodbye.